Clay soil is a type of earth composed primarily of minerals with little organic material. This makes it dense and difficult to grow plants, as the soil is heavy and does not have enough nutrition. Check out this guide on the ways you can break down clay soil. The process is quite simple and can be completed in as little as a day, making it worthwhile for anyone struggling with an abundance of clay. How to break down clay soil fast. Clay soil is difficult to work with for the majority of plants, but there are a couple that thrives once the earth has been broken down. After completing this process, consider investing in options like irises, baptisia, hostas, coneflower, and yarrow. First, you need to break the soil down and make room for healthy plants to thrive. Then, you will need several tools. The most important is a pitchfork in good condition so you can focus on aerating the soil. Afterward, you will need amendments like biochar and perlite. Finally, you might want to buy a little topsoil if you're not interested in growing clay-based plants in your garden. Aerate. Aeration is an essential component of lawn and garden maintenance. During aeration, you provide avenues for water and nutrients to enter the soil and reach the roots of the plants you grow. Using a pitchfork is a similar pointed instrument. You need to go around the area full of clay and poke holes about 1.5 inches deep. These holes should be spread out so water and decomposing organic material can get inside. Aeration needs to be done when the soil is either completely wet or completely dry. Clay has poor drainage in general, and damp clay is difficult to work with. If you try to aerate while the ground is only damp, the soil will become a slushy mess, and aeration won't work. After holes are poked into the soil, consider turning over sections and loosening any hard clumps. You should churn any clay soil where you intend to plant so the roots have a better chance of absorbing moisture and nutrients. Once you finish basic aeration, you can focus on adding amendments to the lawn to help the clay soil break down and become more nutritious. Use amendments when possible. Amendments in gardening are substances applied to soil to help it improve. Some of the most common amendments to use with clay include options like biochar and perlite. However, you can also use basic compost that has been made at home or purchased from a store. Biochar, though, is highly effective. It is composed of partially burned and decomposed organic matter and can provide quick nutrition to a lawn that is struggling with mineral-heavy earth. After you have chosen your amendments, you want to use them right after aerating the soil. Don't wait. If you do, the clay can settle once more and you will have to repeat the process. Spread amendments evenly across the surface and then churn them, flipping over the clay and allowing the substances to get into the earth. You should plant right after for the best results. As a final note, you should never apply amendments on top of unchurned clay soil and then fail to mix it. Only having nutrition on the upper layer means it can be washed away by the rain or blown away by the wind. Are plants still not growing? Add topsoil. If you have followed these steps to break down the clay soil in your yard and it is still not working, then it might be time to invest in topsoil. After aerating and using amendments, spread about an inch of topsoil of your choice where you want to plant. You can either leave this new soil directly on top of the churned clay, or you can mix it in with a pitchfork or shovel. As with all other steps, you should plant your flowers or shrubs as soon as you are done. This strengthens the chance of something growing in the garden. Time for a raised garden. This tends to be the last option for individuals who live in an area full of clay because it stops the mineral-rich soil from interfering with the nutrition, texture, and drainage necessary for healthy plants. To build a raised garden, you will need several 2x4s, a long swatch of landscape fabric for the base, and traditional screws, nails, or wood glue. You should create an open-ended box in the shape you desire for a garden and then fill it with the soil of your choice. You can then plant freely in the raised garden without needing to touch the clay underneath. While this limits where you can grow, it also stops you from constantly needing to aerate, buy extra amendments, or mix topsoil. There are many ways to improve clay soil and help it break down fast, but the one-step gardeners can never forget is aerating the soil, which is essential for helping moisture and nutrients penetrate the thick layer of minerals. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.